Hi guys, Joana here. So, as many of you know, I am a new mom. I gave birth to my first son about a month ago, and I thought of sharing my experience of giving birth, but also the preparation that I had in these last 9 months. And I hope that this video is helpful. I will be doing another one afterwards about my home birth experience, but this one specific on the preparation, it really doesn't really matter if you decide to do a hospital birth, a home birth, or in a birth center, because based on my experience, all of these things that I did to prepare myself on a mental and physical level was really about just to be ready for birth. And that doesn't really matter where you will decide to do yours. Bear in mind that mine was a low-risk pregnancy, so I was able to do everything that I'll be mentioning in this video. But if you have any specific questions about some of the things that I mentioned, please check with your midwife or with your medical practitioner to see if you can do some of these things. So let's begin. Once I found out that I was pregnant, I kind of decided to check some books, and I really shifted my gears and my attention to this new phase of my life. And some of the books that helped me throughout my pregnancy so the first one was this one, Trust Your Body, Trust Your Baby, by Rosie Newman, and I will leave these links in the description as well. The other ones that I then found out was the Ina May's guide. So Ina May, she's kind of very famous midwife. I also got the Spiritual Midwifery. It's a bit light here, but these books are very supportive to at least get familiar with some of the vocabulary, some of the stages of labor, etc. Then another book that was pretty cool and was a great surprise was this one, Birth in Focus. And this is basically a book with pictures of different types of labor, and it was really cool to get familiar with the environment, with the blood, with the images of placenta and the stories of other women in a very raw and realistic way. And then other books, this was The Confident Birth. It was very interesting because it kind of helped me to deal with some of my fears, and also some practical exercises, breathing exercises that I could take with me. Then this one, Continuum Concept, I will place the links in the description. This one is not only just for pregnant women, but in general for parents. And the last two books, Active Labor, this is a Portuguese version by Janet Velasquez. So this was very helpful, very practical. It was kind of my go-to book in my last trimester. And the other one that I don't have here with me is called The Gentle Birth Method, and that one it's actually from the library, so I don't have it here, but it's a very good book with very interesting suggestions and things that you can also do nutrition wise, but also with your physical body. On a physical level, yoga and specific pregnancy yoga was a very supportive practice throughout my pregnancy. I started, and you only kind of recommended to start from your second trimester, so after your first 3 months. It's kind of good that you check a few different places just so you can kind of feel the environment, see if that resonates with you, the teacher. I went to one class that was a kind of a general yoga class, and I was doing exercises that was kind of instructed because I was pregnant. It was slightly different, but to me, I really prefer to be in a pregnancy yoga class where I was with other pregnant women, and the type of exercises are very different, are more focused on your breathing, on your relaxation. So even if you didn't practice yoga before, that is not a problem, because it's not kind of the same flow as a normal yoga class. Now, here's my pigeon. He likes to say hi. Marquês, there we go. This is our pet pigeon. I was going to the class twice a week, and it was so supportive because during the day I was busy at work, which might be your case as well, and I wasn't really focused on my pregnancy. And so it was nice that at the end of the day I was going to this class where everyone was in the same kind of mood and focused on their insides, and I was kind of more aware of having a baby inside of me and having two hearts beating. And yeah, that was very cool. I totally recommend pregnancy yoga. The other thing that I did was to find a doula. So a doula is someone who to me was like a pregnancy coach, but is usually a woman that is with you throughout pregnancy, during labor and after labor. And her role is to really empower you, to be there, to clarify your questions, to guide you in your experience, especially if you're a first-time mom, which was my case. It kind of made sense to me from the very beginning. I knew I was going to find a doula. I met a couple, I actually met three, and then I chose the one that resonated with me the most. And I'm so grateful to have my doula in my life. We're still in touch. She came and visit the baby afterwards as well, and we had some sessions before the big day, and during those sessions we covered different topics, kind of going through my fears, watching videos of specific things around birth, like what to expect, what was going to happen in my body, to become familiar with the terminology, with the process. We also talked about breastfeeding. So it was very, very supportive. It was really time just to focus on what was happening inside of me and how to get ready on a more mental and emotional level to labor. Then the other thing we did was birth preparation classes in water. So even if you don't plan labor in a water birth experience, it's okay. When we started the classes, it was really to be in the water as a place for me to feel lighter. We did lots of breathing exercises, and during those sessions it was also a bonding opportunity with my partner. There was a lot of non-verbal communication practiced in the water in terms of practicing the looks, the breathing, really the physical exercises that he would be able to help to do with me when I was in labor. On a physical level, I also in the last trimester I went to an osteopath. So that was because I was feeling some pain in my uterus bone. So I went to the osteopath, and then I did a series of sessions to really help me with my sacral area, with my flexibility, with my mobility, to make sure that all this area around the perineum was ready. It was a very preventive measure, so that I was also ready to support the new weight of my body. And then reflexology, I started in the last 6 weeks. I've read about reflexology on the Gentle Birth Method book, and then I decided to give it a go. I found a lady that actually does home reflexology, so she came to my room and we had those sessions there. And the most interesting thing that I learned is that reflexology in this specific case was really to help me to relax. And I realized how difficult it was for me to relax totally. It was amazing, and as the sessions progressed, I was really able to let go and to be focused on my breathing and to kind of surrender the mind and to be really there for my body. I decided to walk daily to also help with my hip. I was having some pains, so really going out, it was also nice to kind of stop, like think about things and to just be there with myself and my baby. Yeah, if you can go out for like in the park or at the beach. Watching videos was very supportive, and in addition to the sessions with my doula, I also watched videos on a Facebook group called Birth Tube. I will leave the link in the description, but it's an amazing place where you can actually watch real-time birth stories and women giving birth live. So that was very, very interesting. Like each story is different, each labor was different, but it gave me kind of more to become familiar with what could happen with me, especially in my case that I was interested in natural birth. So that's where I focused on. Hi Marquez, here he is. Okay, I'm almost done. I tried to write daily to cover things that kind of bugging my mind and to clarify those points within myself. I also do self-forgiveness, which is a way to deal with my own fears and emotions and to really let them go and to help myself. So I did that throughout my pregnancy, which is very supportive, and to really kind of open up and to be clear so that when the time came during labor, no fear and no doubt really disturbed me or interrupted my process. My husband, he came with me to pretty much all sessions. He came to 2 yoga classes as well. Having him also be part of this journey was very cool. And of course, as we decided to do home birth, which I'll talk in my next video, he was really in, and he was there as a very strong presence that was also very supportive and obviously made a difference in the outcome, and all went well, by the way. And we have an amazing little boy that is now a month old. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please send them through on my comment section. I'm also on Instagram, where I'm already sharing this new journey as a mom, but I also had some posts about my pregnancy and some of the things that I mentioned today. Thanks for watching, and yeah, take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.